Let me introduce Professor Lord Patel of Bradford. Professor Patel is an independent peer. He's on the boards of number of companies or number of public sector organizations. He's currently the chairman of Social Work England, which is a specialist UK regulatory body reporting both the Secretary of State for Department of Education and the Department of Health and Social Care. He is also playing a very, very important role in the COVID problem on the how to treat patients. He is the chairman of the Independent Hospital Providers Network outside the NHS in England. So that's a very important role he and his team are playing, because as you're aware, you are hearing in the press, the National Health Service is overloaded, and the independent or the private sector is stepping up to provide capacity to the market. He's also the senior independent director of Signet Healthcare. The Signet is a part of UHS, which is the largest global hospital group in the world. He's the president of the Society of Public Health. He's on the vice president of the British Board of Film Classification. He's also the chair of the Indian Business Group, and he's a patron of 30 other non-profit organizations. In addition, worth mentioning cricket. Till last year, he was the deputy chairman of the English Cricket Board, and hopefully he will in the not so distant future he will return to a similar position connecting cricket, and as cricket is close to all Indians. Without much ado, can I hand over to Professor Lord Patel? Professor Lord Patel, over to you.
Oh, what an introduction! Thank you very much, Udayan. Good morning and good afternoon to all of you from a very cold, snowy day in Yorkshire. Good cricket weather. I'm honoured and privileged to have been asked to join you today for this auspicious and grand opening of the London Overseas Centre for Cost Accountants, which I understand is the very first one to be established in Europe. Clearly, it would have been even a richer experience had we been able to be together in person in London. Hopefully, once this virus is dealt with and restrictions are lifted, I'd be privileged to host an event at the Houses of Parliament, as Udayan has just said, with maybe SEMA, and all of you can join us in London. And of course, I will be more than happy to join you all in India one day. Along with you all, I'd like to extend my personal regards to the Honourable Minister, Sri Anurag Singh Thakur, His Excellency, the British Deputy High Commissioner, the President of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, the Chairman, past Presidents, the leadership team of the Institute, Kevin McCall, Professor Colton, my fellow guest speakers and delegates joining us from across the UK, India and globally. And has already been mentioned, what a truly auspicious day it is for this important launch, which coincides with the birth anniversary of the great Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to all of our viewers celebrating this around the world. What can I say about 2020? 2020 is certainly a year that none of us will ever forget. It has brought hardship, challenges and loss beyond our imagination. At the same time, 2020 has also brought out the best of humanity, with millions of people helping others less fortunate than themselves. It's also made us in the UK realise the importance of having a high-quality, effective health service, a vision that I know Prime Minister Modi shares and is so focused on, and I hope our Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Prime Minister Modi can work on this together. As Udayan has kindly mentioned, I wear several hats. I don't intend to speak about them all, but if I briefly mention two or three which I'm passionate about and which have increasingly been at the forefront of our fight against this terrible pandemic. Of course, firstly, the development of high-quality health and social care delivery, ensuring the highest quality of care possible is afforded to everyone who needs it when they need it, not just physical health, but also their mental well-being. It's clear that we need to develop better and more efficient health delivery systems across the globe. My work in the health and social care sector over many years has shown me we have an incredible service here in the United Kingdom. But I also know that in order to continue to grow and face the ever-growing challenges, we need to collaborate and we need to work in partnership. No government in the world can do this alone. I firmly believe that collaboration and partnership working is key. Partnerships between public sector organisations, partnership between the private sector, partnership with education, research and development institutions, partnerships with the community, with the people, and of course, partnerships across countries and continents. The speed with which we have seen the COVID-19 vaccinations developed is proof of that if we needed it. It's overcome decades of bureaucracy and hindrance. Scientists who once kept apart their own drive for patents and acknowledgement have put aside their differences to work collaboratively. And two of the ones that are, for example, who developed the Pfizer vaccine are migrants from Turkey. These scientists have used their will to give us hope, and we, all of us, must now use ours to continue such work. Technology, data science, and developing a workforce that's skilled for the 21st century. Not just the doctors and nurses, who are crucially important, but all the people who keep the hospitals and the health centres running and operating 24/7, 365 days a year in a cost-effective and a value-driven way is absolutely key for the future. You know, technology, the use of technology, for example, during the pandemic, I'm told we've probably accelerated our use of technology 10 years in 10 months. We've moved cultures and attitudes because we've had to do it. Secondly, my long-term interest in academic excellence, high quality training, education, research that makes a difference. Research and education which informs practice and policy that changes people's lives for the better. The Deputy High Commissioner, His Excellency, has already mentioned the quality of the higher education institutions in the UK. To this end, I've developed many strong relationships with a number of universities here in the UK and in India. I'm working with currently Oxford, Somerville, Queen Mary's, London University, Southampton University, and one of the leading universities for health in the UK, if not the world, UCL. And I'm pleased my colleague, Professor Colton, is here to say a few words about that. I believe the London Overseas Centre for Cost Accountants has tremendous potential and untapped opportunities for developing these strategic alliances, partnerships and joint venture collaborations with UK-based universities for helping us to upskill students with critical skills, business frameworks, practical training, which will make them, as Udayan has already said, job ready in today's rapidly changing work landscape. I believe there are specific opportunities for collaborative working and academic research in areas such as business studies, health economics, addressing climate change, and obviously the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, where LOCCA can act as a catalyst and a bridge between the Indian institutes and academic institutions in the UK. Finally, all my work is underpinned by an enormous passion for UK-India relationships. In my capacity as chairman of the India Business Group, working with my colleague Amarjit Singh, our Chief Executive Officer, I've been involved in facilitating many international projects, connecting businesses, organisations, academic institutions between the UK and India, and forming mutually beneficial collaborations. Acting as a catalyst for boosting greater flows of trade, investment and collaborations in both directions through the provision of specialist advisory services and supporting, as Prime Minister Modi terms it, the living bridge between the UK and India. One of the India Business Group's flagship annual global business events is known as the Indian Awards, which is an exclusive event which engages a global audience. We formally launched this in 2017 in the Houses of Parliament as part of the UK-India Year of Culture. The event and awards ceremony are organised and hosted by IBG with the support of selected key partners and sponsors. And I must take this opportunity to thank Udayan particularly, who's supported the awards initiative from its inception in 2017 by bringing HCL on board as one of our first strategic partners. These prestigious awards, and one of the first winners was Prime Minister Cameron, who for his contribution to UK-India relationships. They're aimed at recognising and honouring individuals, entrepreneurs, businesses and organisations who've pioneered innovation and contributed to sustaining and strengthening UK-India economic, business, social and cultural relations. And I'm thrilled to announce today that for the first time, after 3 years, IBG has been asked to host its Indian Awards in India. And we're working in partnership with the UK Department for International Trade. So the 4th year of the awards ceremony will take place in New Delhi, hopefully at the end of this year, at the British High Commissioner's residence. And I wish some of you will be able to join us there. As already been mentioned, Brexit and the rapidly changing global landscape mean the future of UK-India trade and cross-border investment is at a crucial juncture. IBG hopes that by hosting the inaugural Indian Awards ceremony in New Delhi, it will help forge even closer bilateral ties and the expansion of UK-India business opportunities, partnerships and collaboration. And of course, now we have a wonderful additional partner in the form of the London Overseas Cost Accountants Centre. It's wonderful to witness this timely launch of LOCCA, which will help facilitate innovation and partnership working in professional services, sharing knowledge and best practice, and promoting cross-border business, cutting-edge research, learning and development. Today is day one, in the sense we're just launching this centre, but Udayan and Anirban have already begun the work. And how have they begun that work? Not only by organising this fantastic event, but by engaging one of the leading universities in the UK, the UCL. And UCL have just established the first global business school for health. I don't believe there's another global business school for health anywhere in the world. And Professor Colton is the new head of that global business school and has already begun discussions with LOCCA to see how we can work together and bring these two together. So I really hope, once restrictions are lifted and we can, work together, not only do I invite you all to the Houses of Parliament, but, how could I leave this without talking about cricket? What happened a few days ago in Australia must have upset so many Australians, but made us Indians so proud. What a fantastic end to a test match. So we're going to organise one of these friendlies, maybe at the other Lords in the UK, and I look forward to welcoming you all there. Once again, thank you very much for having me, and my colleague, Professor Colton, will say a few words after you then introduces her. Thank you.